Okay, we're now at stage 3. The initial stage was first of all deciding on what to use, and then cutting out the pieces, measuring out and cutting out the pieces, and then ironing the Wonder Web onto our spare fabric, leftover pieces, and cutting them to exactly what we required. So this is basically the secondary stage of what I did. Ironed on the Wonder Web onto the leftover piece, and then cut around all the swirls, and peeled away the backing of the Wonder Web and fused it onto my cut out pieces of the upper portion of the jacket. So what that has done is given me the same design on the green, and blended the two in, because obviously I didn't get the green, I only bought the red. So I had to decide on what else to use with this to make it a complete outfit. Initially I wanted to get the full red, but the red shade is a very, very difficult red shade. It's not the normal red. It's like almost like a very light underripe cherry type red. And when I came home and I played around with it, I actually found this green lace, because the green lace actually went with the undergarment that I want to make with the suit. So the undergarment is going to be in the gold silk, and basically I've put the two pieces together. After I've sewn the sleeves, overlocked them, then done the side seams, I've attached the lace on top of I've connected these right side facing up so that the joint actually gets covered with the lace, and then done the same on the hemline and finished that off. Now I'm going to pipe it in the plain green fabric on both the sides. I'm going to use I want the underside of the red showing, so the piping that I'm going to use is just going to be a very small insert of the actually I could use gold, because the underside garment is going to be gold. Yeah, I'll use the gold silk to underline this, but I am going to use the piping. So, and then we're going to cut out I want to do the galati. Now the galati, I'm in double thoughts. The galati, I'm going to do it in the, I could do it in the green, or I could, yeah, I'll do it in the green, because what I could do it in the, oh I know, I will do it in the gold. So I'm going to attach the galati first. We're going to do this with a little bit of a twist. Okay, it's not something that I've done before, so I probably have done it in the past, but not something that I've shown. So what we're going to do is get this gold. This is the one that we're using, and we're going to make the piping out of this, and also the neck, not the underside of the piping, sorry. So I'm going to cut this approximately 2 inches. Okay, and that should be, that's going to be adequate. If not, then we'll have to cut. Just a little bit short. Okay, and we also need it for the, I'm going to cut another piece. That's going to also be about the same width. Now the piece is going to end up being in an awkward place, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these to size, because I want the piece to come right at the back of the neckline. So this much. I'm going to cut these two to size, and this I'm going to make the piping out of, and I'm going to be using the green for the piping. Now this have a measurement of the neck. I would reckon that's about okay, that's 6 inches. So 12 inches is what we want for our galati. A little bit over 12, so 6.5. I need a stiffish bukram. Now I will have to remember to get when I am in Pakistan, I have to get some nice thick stiff bukram because I don't have that here, and unfortunately you can't make these stiff necklines. So I've taken a collar and I've just taken the galati part off that. Now this is actually just a little bit too stiff. She's going to find it irritating, so I'm going to take this bit off. I'm just going to use this is stiff enough for what I wanted. Looks like it's still a bit big. Yes. Now this has no, unfortunately this has no stickiness, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of Wonder Web, and then I'm going to fuse it onto this piece of fabric, and I'm going to cut another one on the thin bukram. I'm not going to use the same double backed bukram for both sides because it's just a little bit too stiff. This I just need like a stabilizer for my other piece. So exact same, just replicate your first. And if you don't have Wonder Web, what you can do is just get a very thin, this type of, you can either sew it onto the fabric or get a very thin, you know, this type of interfacing, and stitch the interfacing, the iron-on side on the outer side, and that way you've stuck it on and you won't need the two. So what we're going to do is take this spare piece of fabric and iron these onto it.